So we're less than halfway through our season in Romania, but already it feels like one that might go right the way down to the wire, because no matter how hard we try, we just cannot shake FCSB. But the good news is we are top of the league, but every time it looks like we might just be stealing a little advantage over FCSB, they somehow manage to reel us back in. We are inseparable on points. We've got exactly the same league record. In fact, there's only 1 goal's difference between these two sides. It looks like this is going to be a battle that is going to run and run throughout the season. Since the last episode, when you saw us performing incredibly well, beating Arad 5-1, well, we've played Arad again in one of our recent games, but they've changed managers since that last encounter, and they were much tougher opponents. Despite us having an XG of above 3, we needed extra time to beat them in the cup. Gabby Debulia getting the winner for us from the penalty spot, and it means that we've now progressed all the way to a cup semi-final, and FCSB have already been knocked out of the cup by Arad in the previous round, so our pathway to the final and potentially to lifting that trophy will not involve playing the other in-form side in Romanian football. However, in the league, we've had just 2 slips since we saw you last, but they've been costly slips. In the game straight after our last episode, we won 4-1. Debulia was on the score sheet again. However, straight after this game, unfortunately, his goal-scoring run was about to come to an end. We played FCSB in our top-of-the-table clash. We were superb in this game, beating them 2-0, taking the lead early through Markovic, but then our Croatian midfielder Cvek was sent off after just 21 minutes. It meant that we had to play a little bit more cautiously. Just 2 minutes later, we went 2-0 into the lead, but without playing such attacking football, Gabigol's chances of continuing his consecutive goal-scoring run were grossly reduced, and unfortunately, despite an incredibly good win, it meant an end to the run where Gabigol had been scoring in every single game since we joined the club. However, there was disappointment again in the next game. Not only was there no goal for Gabigol, but we could only draw 1-1 against a team who we managed to beat in the Cup 3-2 just a few days later. That meant that despite beating FCSB, they were able to climb back above us in the league because we dropped points with that draw. But then after that, we went on a very, very good run. We played Craiova. Gabigol was back on the score sheet. They were a team that was in 3rd place in the league, so this was not an easy game, but we won it pretty comfortably before a 1-0 win against Rapid, a 5-3 win, which could have been an awful lot more comfortable. We were 5-1 up in this game before they scored 2 goals late on to make things a little bit more nerve-wracking, but we hung on for the win before beating Voluntari 3-0 and then progressing in that cup tie against Arad. We played Petrolol next, and it was a disappointing encounter. I brought it on myself. I should never have backed the opposition manager in the press conference before their game. On my own worst enemy, I showed solidarity, and then they quickly took control of this game as we had Rakovitan sent off after just 5 minutes. They scored from the resultant free kick. We managed to drag ourselves back into the game before half-time with a goal from Serjan, but then Nana, who'd come on at centre-half when we had the sending off, bundled somebody over in the penalty box, and they scored the resultant spot kick, and they probably ran out deserved winners, to be fair. At that stage, we had been 3 points ahead of FCSB, but they won their game when we were losing ours, and it means that they've now reeled us in at the top of the table. With this good run of form, we've kept a pretty settled lineup. In our last game when we were losing, we were without our 2 starting centre-halves. Virgil Gita has been absolutely superb this season, has picked up his first Romanian cap as well. We already know that he's got his dream move to Valencia lined up for the end of the season, and he has been superb. And Denis Ciabatariu alongside him has been pretty decent as well. He started 16 games for us now, and is averaging 7.29. Not bad for a central defender. Going further forward, another player who's really come to the fore has been Catalin Serjan. He's now started popping up with goals more regularly and has been getting the assists as well. He's now up to a 7.28 average rating for us. better than he was playing before we let him move to Watford. So he's been important, but as well up front, it's not actually Gabby Dabulia who we're relying on for the goals so much. He's now got 17 goals in 18 games, which is, of course, superb. But over the last 6 or 7 games or so, it's actually been young Alexandru Munteanu who's been a little bit more crucial for us. He's now scored 7 goals in 11 starts, has picked up 4 assists as well. He's averaging 7.34. He's only 19 years old. He's forced himself into the Romanian under-21 squad. He could be valued as highly as 2.2 million, and physically he's started to improve in training. His finishing and his composure has always been decent. I think he's just a little bit of off-the-ball movement, teamwork and work rate away from being a very useful operator in the Romanian top division, and one that could serve Cluj well in years to come. Today's game is going to be difficult. We're taking on Dynamo Bucharest, one of the most successful clubs in the history of Romanian football. Let's show you everything you need to know about today's opponents in the Scout Report. We're on the team bus for today's game, travelling to the capital Bucharest to take on one of the nation's biggest clubs in the form of Dinamo, a club that have won 18 league titles and 13 cups, but have not won the top division since 2007. Long-serving coach Flavia Stoican has been the manager of Dinamo since 2021 and has guided his side to 5th place in the league this campaign. Stoican's men will have home advantage this afternoon as Dinamo Bucharest take on Cluj. So after a lot of games in a short space of time, I think tiredness is creeping in a little bit. We've been trying to give the players a bit of a lighter workload in training, as well as some rest days during international breaks. But I think these boys need to get into the winter break. We've got one more game to go after today's fixture against Dinamo, and then the boys can have a couple of months of rest, which I think is going to be important just to go away and get them refreshed. We'll play a couple of friendlies when they get back, and then hopefully we can go on another strong run of form as we try and just stretch a bit of a lead against FCSB again. We're into the highlights in this game pretty early on. We've got just under 8 minutes on the clock. There is Serjan. He is playing so much better now. He's still playing the same role as an advanced playmaker in the number 10 slot. He's just being a little bit more productive now. More goals and more assists. And he's been pretty crucial for us as we've just had a bit of a drop-off in the form of old Gabby goal. And that's hardly ideal play from our back line. They've given the ball to our opponents. They're raiding down our left. And they have come in and they have thumped a header home. One of our players was beaten in the air all too easily there. And with less than 10 minutes on the clock, we're a goal down. And if this is going to be back-to-back defeats, we could be heading into that winter break with a little bit of work to do. Let's just see who the culprit is here. It's Morgosh, the right back, not known as an aerial threat. And the player has just got the run on him and forced that in. Okay, highlight time once again. We've got a corner. We've sent the ball in. Serjan's had an effort. It looked like it might just sneak over the line. And the troll in goal has run back and caught it. We've had 6 shots, but only one of them has been on target so far. We're going to fire the boys up in a minute, but we've got a highlight before that happens. Could be one for us as well. We've got Dabulia. He sent the ball through to Munteanu, the player who's been in such good form for us. And Serjan has another effort on goal, and the troll has done us once more. Looking at these match stats, I am not sure how we are behind in this game. We've had 65% of the possession, 12 shots, but only 2 of them on target. Our XG is much higher than theirs, but we're going into half-time, a goal down, and I think we need to have some stern words with the players. We've won a corner, though. 53 minutes on the clock. Javek's going to send it in, and now we've hit the bar. And is it going to be turning into one of those afternoons where we have plenty of efforts, but are unable to find a goal? 70 minutes played, absolutely nothing is working for us. We've just put a shout out to try and fire the players up. But it's not us that's on the ball at the moment. It is Dynamo Bucharest. They've got the ball just inside our half as Pauline Quirk sends the ball back. And now it's all the way back with the troll in goal. Can we win a header and break on them? We can. Chavek, Pervu. It's a little bit slow though. Our build-up play is all a little bit ponderous. and a bit sideways. Now we need a bit of impetus, and there it is, Munteanu. And he's had another really strong effort. He's getting the chances. He's looking sprightly as the advanced forward, and unfortunately he's missed every opportunity he's had so far, as he then comes in on a corner and heads it straight to their keeper. We've got, just over 10 minutes left. We've got to throw the kitchen sink at this. So we've made another couple of substitutions. We've gone even more attacking. Hopefully it can grab us an equaliser. FCSB are 2-0 up in their game. So as things stand, they're actually going to go 3 points clear of us. Even if we could grab a late equaliser, they're going to be 2 points ahead of us. And it's starting to feel like this could be a significant weekend in the season, as this is going to be back-to-back defeats for us, unless we can try and rescue something in this game. We've got the ball in midfield with Cvek. We've got the overlapping left-back, who we've not seen much of this afternoon. And we've got the ball back with Gita in midfield. Nielsen, one of the players we've just brought on, gets it to Vlad, another of the substitutes, who's already managed to pick up a booking. He's only been on the park for 4 or 5 minutes, and he can't get his cross in. Instead, we've got a header from one of our central defenders. Looks like he's flicked it with the back of his head. And now we've got the long throws with Vlad. Can he send some quality delivery into the box? I think we've got a little equaliser. Denis Chiabatario's had the header. I thought Serjan got a little touch on that. Maybe it was a nick off a defender. I think we might just have got a very fortuitous equaliser. Morgosh is our long throw taker. Vlad's come on in his place and has had a go at a long throw. That's definitely taken a deflection off somebody. But Chiabatario has dragged us back into the game. This is a frantic end to the game. Both sides looking for a winner. And we've managed to come up with the ball. Debelia, can he release his strike partner? Debelia is going through a run, you know. He's just having a little spell where he's not performing for us. It's a dip. There's no doubt about it. But Operate's coming forward for us now. And Serjan. Pervu gets the ball back to Serjan. It's gone backwards again. He's got it out to Vlad. He's looked the most likely creator for us. Munteanu's there again. And yet again, he is unable to test the keeper. This time his chance is charged down. And we've now got 93 minutes gone. The ball's all the way back with our keeper. And I think we might have to settle for just a point in this game. We're going to do anything. It's going to be incredibly late, as our two players combine down the left. Debelia manages to win a header. There's a chance if we can get the ball through. Munteanu's run very, very wide. Now Vlad's got the ball and he's sent a cross into the box. And what a poor one it was. And this is going to run out of play for a goal kick. And with just 10 seconds left, I think we've slipped up again. We've at least rescued a point. But I think we have lost more ground on the leaders now. And again, if we don't win our next game, we could be going into the winter break significantly behind FCSB. And you've got to think they might be making transfers during the January window that strengthens their side. You have a look at these match stats. How have we not won this game? They've had 3 shots on target in the entire game. We've had an XG of 2.06. It feels like a missed opportunity. Debelia gets a 6.4. We're going to tell the players that they were certainly not good enough today. And that is quite a disappointing performance. So you can see that with FCSB winning their game, they are now 2 points ahead of us, ahead in the table. And we've got a little bit of work on to try and catch them. But if you're enjoying this little foray into Romanian football, then why not make this the next video that you check out?